Hi everyone. So last year I organised a Women in Technology conference in Nottingham, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about how it went, a bit more specifics of kind of who I invited, because it's quite interesting, and then the things I learnt. So a little bit about me. I've just finished my 3-year of CS with AI in Notts, and in my first year, I was a little nervous and I didn't know what I was doing. And I didn't really reach out to the sort of community, and I didn't really have any ladies that I particularly looked up to. Over the course of a few months, a few years, I got really into it and I started reading loads of blogs. I was on Twitter constantly, genuinely inspired by all these ladies. Our Women in Tech conference was the first one to be student-led, organised in our university. And it was a little stressful at the beginning. Tim came up to me and was like, "We should organise a Women in Tech conference." And I was like, "Okay, what does that mean? What do you want me to do?" I'd been to a few Women in Tech conferences. Some were good, some not so good. I'd also been to quite a few recruitment days. Again, some good, not so good. I always found they lacked something, and they never had a female speaker. They always had a male speaker, keynote. And sometimes it's hard to relate to someone who, number 1, is male, number 2, studied at Stanford, number 3, works at Google because Google knocked on his door and said, "I want you." These ladies that I was reading their blogs genuinely struck a chord because I could relate to them, which is why we did this. We had a couple of aims. 3 main ones were I wanted to inspire attendees. Not many females do computer science at Notts. It's a little handful of us. And we all knew some ladies that we really liked. So inspiring the girls in our years below, as well as the rest of the university. Technology, obviously, everyone does it. We had lots and lots of girls interested from other departments like chemistry and physics. So inspire. Also, teaching. I found that workshops were really, really good at Women in Tech conferences. Being able to play around with the Raspberry Pi, etc., really did make people want to get involved at home and go to hackathons. Also, have the best event ever. We wanted 200 plus people. Spat everywhere, sorry. And we wanted to sort of do it again and again every year, make it better and better, which is what we did. First of all, speakers. These ladies are amazing. I reached out to quite a few, and I got most of the ones I really wanted. A couple couldn't make it, and I was gutted. But Melinda, everyone knows Cristiano, everyone knows Melinda. She talked about imposter syndrome, which we all have to a certain degree. Men, women, all of us. So for her to be talking about it, really, it resonated. And for our event, I wanted men and women to attend. From computer science, from not computer science, young children, no, young people. And everything they were saying, made sense. Paula, she has 25 years experience in technology, and she is amazing. She's a trailblazer. She had some really great stories, and she's amazing. I love her. Bodil, she's a wizard, and we found out about Bodil through Joe, functional, obviously, and just not everyone sees that side of computer science. So for Bodil to give a live demonstration, which none of the other ladies did, showed all the girls that don't actually do computer science, this is fun. Astrid, she's an artist. So that's the complete other side of computer science that we were able to see. And it was, again, really great because the other girls who don't do computer science could see that it all applies. Julie is someone who I look up to. I thought it was important to get someone from our university and someone who is in academia. She does some really cool stuff with security, and that actually inspired me to get into security too. And Yvette. So I wanted to also go towards like encouraging ladies into STEM too. So Yvette, as a physicist, she told a great story on how she actually was going to be a ballet dancer and then became a quantum physicist. And she, again, is super cool. They were all amazing, and just before our event the night before, we went out to dinner with them, and it was a really great way of getting to know everyone, making them all feel at ease. And, reaching out to them was great. Email, phone, everything worked. Because obviously they're all friendly, they all know what they're doing. So workshops. Having been to really good workshops, I kind of knew what companies did what on some days. So, for example, nearly choked. Bloomberg, they do really, really good technical interview workshops. So having them, I genuinely begged them to come and do that. So that really worked really well. The workshops were an opportunity for people to have a one-to-one and with like the reps as well, because sometimes it can be a bit nerve-wracking in the sort of network time to go up and ask all your questions. We actually had really, really good workshops that spanned all kind of experiences. So people who had no coding experience could go to the code club one. People with a bit more, we had like a careers talk by our careers department at uni, which was excellent as well. Our sponsors. Being from Hacksock, I feel very fortunate that we have lots and lots of good connections. Also, our university careers department has excellent connections to industry, so I was able to utilise all of that. We ended up asking for quite a lot of money from all of our sponsors, and they were really keen on giving it all. So we were able to provide a really, really good day. Our day actually was from 9 till 5, but we provided everything in between and lots of swag. So before the big day, we were focused really heavily on good branding, and we had an amazing website and an amazing logo and lots of really good little icons, which we had everywhere on badges, balloons, posters, leaflets. A couple of our lecturers actually would do go into primary schools and secondary schools and sort of talk about coding, and they would bring our little leaflets along with them. We actually had a really nice little group of families as well that came along to the day because it was on a Saturday, and that worked really, really well too. Social media, worked really hard on that. I had no idea what I was doing, but did lots of that. And guest blogging. Bright Network approached me and asked if I wanted to write a little something, and a couple of other places did that too. That was a really good way of getting us out. On the day, it was stressful, but it was great because I ended up having a really amazing team of volunteers, and we had too many volunteers, but it was great because we all really, had fun. And sorry, haven't got great pictures. I'll explain why in a second. But it went really well, and I'm really grateful for everyone who helped. And I think everyone had fun. In hindsight, things I learned. Timings, it never works, unfortunately. Our speakers, we didn't have a keynote. I wanted to give all the speakers an equal amount of time. 20 minutes, that's what I told them. No, 40 minutes each one. So our schedule didn't exactly work, and it was really hard to communicate to everyone what was actually going on, especially as the workshops were supposed to be at a designated time, but it didn't give people time for lunch. We eventually got over that problem, but I know that that's a very normal problem. Next time I'll be standing there with a flashlight. Our mini events, they worked really, really well, apart from we had a photo booth. People didn't go to the photo booth, unfortunately, and that was a shame. But other than that, we had PS1s, we had an N64, we had an Oculus, Wii's, and people really enjoyed that. I think I saw quite a few little groups getting to know each other around the games, which was really, really good. Photography. Why didn't I think of it? I don't know why we didn't have a professional photographer at the event. Of course we want to do this event one more time. Well, we could have got some really, really great pictures, could be able to market it better now to you guys as well, but unfortunately, something happened. Also didn't get cupcakes, I was gutted about that. This event was my baby, and task delegation did not work for me. I wanted to do everything. Don't do that when you're doing a dissertation and your final exams and courseworks, because that doesn't work out. Heart palpitations, missed deadlines, not sleeping, making all your friends and family know exactly what event is happening and roping them in was not great. But delegation. We also had a really great audience. Apart from, we wanted to contact local schools, let them know, come with teachers and things like that. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get as many as we wanted, but on the other side, flip side, we had loads of students that came from all over, like our campus, all over different, actually quite close by, college students as well. So there were some good sides to that. Successes. Everyone really liked our speakers. The ladies that spoke had completely different talks, which was excellent. And I think it really showed all the different sides of computer science. Some told more personal stories. Some didn't quite touch on that either. But that was really, really good. And everyone enjoyed the talks. The talks were definitely the best part of the day. Workshops. Lots of people came out of those workshops saying PyTop was great, because that was one of the little companies in EF that came along and did that. Lots of people loved Code Club as well. Code Club are great. Our sponsors were amazing. They were so willing to give talks. They were so willing to help us. We had lots and lots of swag, and they all wanted a part of it. So that's great, and hopefully next year it'll be even better. Our branding worked really well. Our logo designer did a brilliant job, and our website was amazing. And I think when you're approaching sponsors, having a great sponsorship deck, cheers Tim, and a really, really good website really helps. And generally, students thought it was really professional, and that made them attend more. Also, organisation on the day. Obviously, thanks to all the HackSoc and volunteers, and everyone was really keen to blow up the balloons and do everything else. So that was brilliant, and we had a really, really good day. All in all, everything went perfectly, considering we had never done this before. No idea what we were doing, and it was scary and stressful, but organising a conference with ladies that are amazing and give great talks is something that everyone can do at their university. Even if it's just a morning, or you get one lady to come and talk. I know that our uni, we get lots of guest speakers coming in every couple of weeks, and honestly, if you have an opportunity to say, that you want a certain lady to come in or a certain gentleman to come in, it's a really, really good idea, and it really does inspire people, and I think people did come away feeling inspired. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paula. We have time for a couple of questions. Are there any? Oh, whenever from Melanie, can we have the podium mic, please?
Were all of your attendees women, or did you have both women and men show up?
We had mixed. I really, really wanted to get a good mixture of attendees, because all their stories are still relevant to guys as well. And we actually, I think we had half and half, from what I remember.
When's the next one?
Do you guys have a date? 14th of November. 14th of November, maybe. You sure?
Luke looks nervous.
Around then. Yeah, we work with MLH, so it's the same kind of concept as hackathons, as in, we fund travel, and MLH were great, thanks. Lots of swag. But it also encouraged lots of people to come along to the hackathons and the hack day that we had, like, in the weeks after. And we still have lots of girls that attend hackathons because of coming to WIT, because they really liked it. So,
wonderful. Thank you so much, Paula.
cheers. Thank you.